This is Gary Atensu with CNTV, and today we're in Aurora, Colorado. We are at MHOR RC Raceway. Since 1986, they have been providing 2 radio-controlled raceways, along with a hobby shop for all the racers out there in Denver and across the nation. I'm here with Chad, who is the owner. Chad, let me ask you this for a second, first of all. Obviously, this is something you've been here since day one in '86, but I imagine the love of racing and cars is probably something that you grew up with. Share with me how you got involved in doing this.
Basically, it was a Christmas present I got when I was 12 years old. My parents bought me a Tamiya Frog, and we broke it one day and had to go to a local hobby shop to find a part for it. When we went to a local hobby shop, there was actually a big box on the counter that had a bunch of RC cars in it. We're like, well, what's this box? And the guy was like, I'm going racing. Really, where? And that night, we went and watched, and we were there Wednesday and Saturday racing basically from then on out. And that's kind of how this all got started. My dad decided we needed a track on this side of town because we used to go over off 52nd and Sheridan and race. And now we have our own for the last almost 28 years now.
These aren't the orange race car tracks that me and you grew up with, you know, little Hot Wheels. What is it about race cars and racing that attracts us when we're kids and then even into adulthood?
It's just the thrill of the sport, competition, stuff like that. I mean, not everyone can run a mile, not everyone can swim far distances or anything like that. So this gives a fair advantage to everybody. You can put a remote in their hand, they can work on the car, they can make the car set up any way they want, and they can drive it, and they can be Mario Andretti, they can be Mickey Thompson, they could be really anybody and be happy with it with a lot less cost also.
How cool is that? One of the things, obviously, before we test your talent out there on the racetrack, you got to make sure you got the right wheels on the track. That's where your hobby shop comes in great. Share with me some of the brands that you're able to provide for folks.
We carry basically more competitive line. We carry a Team Associated, TLR, Team Losi, and Traxxas are our major brand lines we carry. We try and suit more towards the racers here. We do also suit more to backyard bashers with the Traxxas line. It's a great durable line out there, and it works really well, but our race lines are definitely Team Associated and Team Losi.
Unlike strictly online shopping that folks are able to do, this is kind of nice because you can actually come in and really get educated on how to do this if you're not aware of it.
That's a nice thing about coming to your local hobby shop is you actually get hands-on experience. You can actually talk to somebody if you're having a problem. We try and help out customers as much as possible to keep things going, to teach them how to fix their own things. When you go online, you basically are stuck with what you get and you have to figure it out yourself. We actually can help you through the process and make it a more enjoyable hobby.
Obviously, you have you're fully stocked there on the shelves, but if there's something somebody can't find or you don't have, are you able to order it as well?
We're always glad to order things in. We order things in all the time. We specialize in RC cars, but I still order boats, planes, also helicopters in because they become more and more popular. So I can order really anything in. It just really depends on what you want, and I'll help you out with it as much as possible.
Your shop here is basically open year-round, so you can come in, and you're talking about an indoor, what is that, off-road raceway? What size are we talking about here in the facility?
This is 1/10 scale off-road we run on the inside track. The outside asphalt track, we also do 1/10 scale on-road. And then the scalar course, the rock pit we have out here is also for 1/10 scale, basically electric-powered rock crawlers. Indoor, we run electric-powered vehicles. Outdoor, we can run nitro or electric-powered vehicles. We can only run electric indoors because of smell and stuff like that. We run this year-round. We race every Wednesday and Saturday night on the indoor off-road track. We race about twice a month on the outdoor asphalt track during the summertime.
So we're talking about an indoor track year-round. That's fantastic. Now, do you have to wait for the races to actually try out the track, or can that be done at any time? How does that work?
We have practice basically throughout the week and on Sundays where you can come in and use the track anytime you want. And then we race every Wednesday and Saturday night to where basically you'll run a 6-minute race, and the person who does the most laps in the least amount of time basically gets first place, and then it goes from there. You'll run 3 qualifying heats. Those 3 qualifying heats will seed you for the main event. When they seed you for the main event, then you run for the main event. That's when you get your trophies and stuff like that, is how you finish in the main events.
Wow, so you're talking the tracks are big enough where they can handle multi-racers out there. I mean, it's not like one at a time where you have to time it. You're actually racing out there.
Oh yeah, we run maximum 8 people at a time on the track. On the indoor track, on the outdoor track, we run a maximum of 10 people on the track at a time. We get that going to where we try to get the most people on track as possible without it getting congested, basically.
So, and like you said, if the 80 by 40 isn't big enough for you, you can do the nitro outside. The black asphalt is waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the outer track's 130 by 60, so it's a lot bigger. It's a smooth asphalt track. We run more of a touring car style, four-door sedans, lower, faster. We run those during Sundays, about twice a month on Sundays. We have a local club here called 5280 Raceway that comes out and helps me run the races on Sundays, and they do a great job, and we partnered up together, and it's a great thing that we do to help each other out in this industry.
Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, you can take a look at their shop there. Obviously, if you live in the area, come on down. That's the best way to get educated. We're talking about guys that have years and years of experience are going to help you out there. If you're not able to come in the shop, though, they've got basically an eBay shop right there as well. And if not, you can contact them, find out what it is you're going to need, check out their calendar. They're going to keep you apprised of what races they got going on, maybe special events and whatnot. Everything is right there for you.
I'm a local guy here, and I've been racing here for about 2 or 3 years now. Oh, I'm definitely going to continue doing it. And how I started was my dad got a truck because my neighbor got him into it and brought me down one day and got me a truck 3 months later. So.
Obviously, some of these cars are meant for speed. They like racing, but many times a lot of them are built to tackle tough terrain. Tell me about the rock pit. That's something new coming up?
The rock pit's something new we have going on. The big thing is rock crawlers. We live here in Colorado. Everyone wants to go to the mountains and crawl. And basically, you can buy a rock crawler now. And the nice thing about rock crawlers is you can go crawl around your backyard. You can go up to mountains and crawl, or you can come here and crawl. And we basically have a rock pit set up with just a bunch of rocks. And what we'll do is we'll set up courses. They actually have cones you have to go through and compete to try and get who gets through the cone course the fastest.
It seems like to be a place that some real family bonding can go on. I mean, what ages do you recommend? I can see father and son out here. This got to be a cool place to do that.
With us being here for 28 years, we've seen all the way from youngest, like today we have an 8-year-old racing. We've had as young as 5 racing. We've had as old as 90 racing. So it's for the whole range of ages. But the nice thing about being around for this long is we've seen generation after generation. Kids who grew up here, went away to college, they got married, now their kids are coming back, and now it's even their kids' kids are starting to come back and play with us. So it's really nice to see it. It's a family environment. We have a bunch of kids around here. It's fun, friendly, basically just out here to have a good time more than anything else.
I've actually first started coming to this place when I was 5 years old. I'm 28 right now. This is actually what I do for a job. So I travel around the U.S. world racing remote control cars. So I've definitely visited a lot of places, seen a lot of places. This track has breeded a lot of good racers in the past. It's an awesome facility, super clean, a lot of great people. And yeah, I mean, this is where I practice. And in town, I run a lot and everything like that. And definitely a track that has made a lot of people really good. I mean, the biggest thing is just have fun. I mean, that's my dad got me into it when I was a little kid, just having fun. Like I said, I've been coming here since I was 5, but I've taken a lot of time off and done other things. But biggest thing is just come here, have fun. I mean, it's a family environment, something to do with friends and family and everything like that. And if you're enjoying it, just stuff proceeds from there.
Some of the races that you have here, are you able to watch some of those online, or do you tape any of those?
Yeah, we tape them. We have a YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube/MoreRC, or you can also check us out on liverc.com. LiveRC has a straight feed for when you're racing. You actually watch the races live and all the results live. You can check on them. That's a pretty much free site to watch. If you want to watch full races, stuff like that, there's a small fee for it, but LiveRC has some great stuff out there. For just watching races. You can watch races all over the United States pretty much.
So not only is the hobby about racing these things, but obviously building them as well, because you can try them out on different terrains. So is the building part of it something people enjoy?
Some people enjoy the building on it right now. When you get into racing, there's a lot of setup involved, different weight shock wheels, different types of springs, different ways to set up your car will make the car handle differently, different tires and everything. So you're always playing with your car to set up your car differently. It's no different than a full-size car of what you have to do to set things up. You change tires, you change your caster, you change your camber and stuff like that. You do all that and you can make your car better or you can make your car worse. So it's all done by experiment, and as you try more different things, you learn more. You learn about what your car can do and what it can't do, and you learn to tune towards your driving ability.
Excellent. Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. All their contact information is right there on the bottom of the screen. Check out their YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, you're going to see some great how-to videos, be it if you're a beginner or an advanced racer. They're going to make sure you're set up down here as well. And just remember, you can't be the best unless you race with the best. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
Medical Massage International provides the public with independent, competent healthcare practitioners through the art of massage. We train therapists to last and sustain a career beyond our school by entering them into the medical world of massage. Establishing core values within our students to bring out the best in themselves is our goal. You too can join this diverse group of therapists to thrive in the medical massage world.
Canine Rehabilitation and Conditioning Group leads the industry of animal rehabilitation, and our caring team will help your dog or cat to feel stronger, move better, and get back into the game of life. Our rehabilitation experts are leading the industry of restoring quality of life to geriatric, injured, overweight, post-operative, and neurological or otherwise compromised dogs through physical therapy and integrative veterinary approaches.
This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here with 10th Street. Since 2006, they've been providing software solutions that automate and streamline driver management processes across the nation. I am here with the Vice President of Marketing, Haley Hitchcock. Haley, thanks so much for joining us. Let's begin, first of all, a little bit. Share with us how you got involved with this company and why you decided to team up with them.
In my previous career, I actually worked for a company that partnered with 10th Street and just fell in love with the way that they treated customers and the design of their products for customers that are out there, and I just had to be a part of it.
Obviously, be it a trucking company or any company nowadays, why is it so important to make sure that communication is moving along and basically, especially in today's economy?
Number one, we want to get people back to work, right? Sure. That's ultimately a goal that we want to do, but we want to put safe drivers on the road, and we want to help employers be able to go through that particular process and put the best people in their organizations so that you and I feel comfortable when our kids are out on a school bus or out on the public highways. So absolutely, that's a good part of the process of what we do.
Obviously, with your company's help, you are basically putting aside, pushing paper from department to department. Quite honestly, you're utilizing the online access. That's really a big part of what you do.
Absolutely. So in the hiring process, we do so much more than just hiring an applicant. Sure. We take them from cradle to grave. So the application process, through the management of that individual, through any sort of documentation that they need to complete, it's all done online. Even the background checks, everything is just a push of a button, and you've got the entire history of that particular individual at your fingertips and can move through the process of their tenure with your organization.
Let's start at the first point of contact, which is the application itself. Obviously, to make it easy for the receiver as well as the applicant, share with me, what is the software solution that you do at that front end?
Drivers or individuals that fall under the Department of Transportation, that's what trucking falls under, have very specific regulations of information that they need to gather in the application process. Much different from a traditional employment application. So first off, since it's online, it's mobile friendly. So a driver can complete that application on their smartphone, on a tablet, on a computer. Very easy for them to do. We also have an autofill process. So if they've applied with one of our companies before that works with 10th Street, it pre-fills in their application, literally letting them complete that application in 2 to 3 minutes.
One of the critical components of any application is that of the signature. Basically, you can't go into background checks, drug testing without that. How are you able to utilize digital signature technology?
Well, the Department of Transportation a couple of years ago actually released that you can use digital signatures or mouse technology or finger technology on a smartphone. And what that encompasses with our application is also the disclosures and the releases. So the disclosures and releases for background investigations are included within that application process. No paper has to be gathered anywhere in the application.
So obviously the Intelli app, it's collecting this data faster and quicker. So therefore the recruiting process and the productivity has to go way up.
Oh, incredibly up. We've heard from some of our customers that say it increases their speed to hire by weeks.
The ability to fill empty trucks with experienced drivers, that really has to affect the bottom line.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you look at the cost of hire. You know, employers are looking at the cost of hire. What is it costing them to do something like that? And then in addition, you're right. If there's not a driver placed in that truck, they're not moving product, they're not making money.
Let me ask you this. Not only is the collecting of that data probably time consuming, but I imagine once you've got maybe 100 applicants, the time to actually sort through each one of those applicants has to definitely take time. Share with me the 10th Street Express. What does that do for them?
Well, Express is the driver management software. So that's taking the application and breaking it down into different views. You can look at the important information within that application, like their violations, their accident history. That might be an immediate knockout for a specific individual. Whereas a lot of other information within the application we can score in Express, so we can score that application and put those better qualified candidates towards the top. And then in addition, you can manage a driver qualification file, electronic documents, order electronic documents, which the driver then can also complete on their smartphone.
So no longer is their team going one by one, sorting through each one. We're talking about the softwares using a scoring process. They are really seeing the cream of the crop right in front of them. They can spend that time and understand that they've gone through the basic requirements, and obviously you're getting better candidates that way.
Absolutely. That's one thing that our customers do tell us, is that it improves the speed to hire, it improves the cost to hire, and they are satisfied with the type of candidates that they're gathering through this process.
How important or even how difficult it is to verify the background of these applicants, and share with me how the exchange works, helping them through that.
Right. Exchange is an employment verification process. So we connect employers to previous employers electronically. Today, a normal client that doesn't use this type of service would need to pick up the phone or fax information over to a previous employer. Ours is all electronic, and what that does for the client, and obviously for the driver, it puts them in a position much quicker, but the response comes back in about an average of 2 days. Whereas when you're faxing and you're using phone calls and leaving voicemails, it can take up to 30 days to get a response from a previous employer.
Obviously, once this data is collected, we're talking about profiles that you have online forever. Obviously, to keep those profiles updated is something that is probably an ongoing task. How does the DQF help them alleviate that?
Well, driver qualification files are an electronic filing cabinet that's required by the Department of Transportation. So it includes very, very specific information, but our driver qualification file doesn't limit you to just what the Department of Transportation requires. You can expand beyond it, and it's unlimited. You can have unlimited documents. But what that does, there are certain types of documents that expire annually. A motor vehicle report, certificates of violations, those types of things expire annually. So with our system, you can go in and push a button, reorder a motor vehicle report, or communicate a certificate of violation out to the driver electronically, and now you have the newest, most up-to-date information on that particular driver.
Share with me the CSA of 2010. That had to be something that really affected the entire industry.
Oh, absolutely. There are certain basics that are required under CSA that now automatically keep, so to speak, a scorecard on each individual driver and each employer that is out there. And it gets very, very tedious from the standpoint of making sure that people are making the right decisions when they're hiring individuals. So CSA, although very good program, has really put an onus back on the employer and a lot more work to be able to track compliance issues.
Absolutely. A lot of resources go out there through the hiring process. Many times, though, once they're hired, they sometimes can neglect what they found. How does the Extend program help that communication stay open?
Well, Extend is a program to continue to communicate with a specific driver. So we can build scripts into the program, set up a call schedule. It'll remind you when you need to make communication or have contact with that individual. You can find out how their first paycheck looked, were their health care benefits correct, how are they feeling 90 days into the job, and then you have a memorialization process within our system that helps you to gauge whether that person is going to continue to stay with your organization. So it's a retention product.
Wonderful. What strikes me is about your products is that each one of them is very powerful and specific, and they stand alone. Yet they all integrate together to really provide a comprehensive solution for any industry.
Absolutely. Again, it's the employment life cycle. It's from cradle to grave, from when that individual first applies with your organization all the way through the process of retiring or leaving your company for another position.
Truck professionals, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, first of all, you're going to learn a little bit about the company, find out some of the solutions they're able to provide. You can take a look at the great products one by one and see how they all work together. Basically, saving you time out there, making sure that you're hiring quicker and keeping those on file, updated as well. And let me ask you this. I mean, you guys are opening up the communication line between the drivers and the management team. Obviously, the companies are able to perform better because they're able to hear from the guys out on the street, really. You as a company, basically, do you listen as well to the folks out there so that you can utilize some of the components they need within your software?
Absolutely. In fact, a lot of the advancements in our particular solutions came from customers.
Nice.
Customers calling in, talking to us. We strategize with them whenever they are a part of 10 Straight. That's a really big foundation for us to be able to listen to them and enhance or add different features to our products based on their particular knowledge. They're living it every single day by dealing with their applicants and dealing with their drivers. So we want to make sure that we evolve with them as well and enhance those products throughout the particular processes.
Haley, basically your company is not only making it easier for the receiver, but also for the people who are inputting this data, sometimes more than once.
Right, exactly. So we have the communication engine, and the communication engine helps the employer communicate documents and videos out to the applicant or the driver before they ever come in to meet someone within that office. So they can complete health enrollment forms, they can complete emergency contact releases, they can complete videos and be tested on those particular videos, the knowledge, making sure that they watched the video and responded to the test. It all automatically flows back into that electronic filing cabinet called the driver qualification file. So that can be housed with multiple categories. All those documents flow back in, and they can be completed on a smartphone, on a tablet, or on a computer.
All from the comfort of their cab if they want to.
Yes, absolutely.
Obviously, you're dealing with companies from vast sizes, anything from 20 drivers up to tens of thousands of drivers. Regardless of the size, we're talking about a very customized approach you take when it comes to customer service.
Exactly. So once the seller has sold the products, the account is assigned an account manager, and they're there through the implementation process, expanding the services, customizing the features to their needs. Once they've gone live, that account manager stays with the client. So if they have anything down the road, they want to add new features, any issues, concerns, they have one main point of contact. In addition, we have client services department, so little things like, I forgot my password, I can't get logged in, they can go there. The important thing about our account managers, many of them come from the trucking industry, so they've held the positions that these people that we're working with and our clients, we've been in their position. So we have intimate personal knowledge of the industry and the regulations, which helps us understand their pain points and come to a solution for them.
Obviously, the company realized early on that the trucking industry was a unique industry with needing unique solutions, and this really isn't a one-size-fits-all for any industry. You guys specialize in the trucking environment.
That, and we're completely customized. And not only do we specialize in trucking, we can also help that customer who is probably having some non-DOT applications that are coming through. We can build non-DOT applications to help them through that process so they can manage above and beyond just drivers. So it really does help them, handle that particular area of their particular business.
Wonderful. Last time professionals, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see their contact information. If you're not sure which one of the products would work best for you out there, click on the demo. Someone will basically be contacting you and walk you through the steps, and you can really see how it works right there. You can also check them out on Facebook as well. They'll keep you apprised of some of the education that they provide, not only in webinars, but out in the truck expos as well. And quite honestly, they're teaching you how to recruit faster, hire better drivers, and retrain those drivers longer. They are truly changing the driving culture, one driver at a time. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.